You got to come out.
Hi, I'm David Varley, and this is the Talk Property Podcast, and I've got with me James Carver, and he's a director at Carver Residential in Darlington. James, how are you?
I'm all right. Well, sort of all right. As I just said off camera, I've got a slightly bad back, so I have fashioned a standing desk out of a pile of books.
I don't mind looking up at you, James. Nice improvisation. What's James Carver like out of the office?
Got 3 kids, and that takes up a fair bit of my time, which is fantastic. A bit of rugby coaching for my eldest at the local rugby club, Darlington Rugby Club, which is every Sunday. Summertime, enjoy open water swimming. Fridays I tend to work from home. My wife doesn't work on a Friday. We factor in a run every Friday together, which just gives us a bit of us time. If we were to have a date, myself and my wife, we'd go and run up a hill and have a soggy sandwich sort of thing.
Now, Carver Residential started many years ago. You're a family-run business. Tell me about the beginnings.
It was actually started in 1991 by my uncle Nick. My father and uncle were both sort of estate agents throughout the 80s, were shareholders of a company called Addison Hudson, which then sold out to Whitegate in the 80s. Part of that sort of buyout was my father stay on as sort of regional director, if you like, and Nick was able to go off and do his own thing. So he started his own estate agency in 91. My father, Gordon, continued with Whitegates for, I think, 3 or 4 years. Time came for him to leave. So he joined the business in 1994. And my father, Gordon, sort of ran the business, grown it into what it is today. We've just moved to another location in Darlington, so an extra location, which is right next to where they're building the Treasury. So the sort of the exciting digger watch on my Instagram has been the Treasury Department, hundreds of millions of pounds worth of building literally out of my office window. Basically moved our lettings team and Fine and Country above our commercial and surveying department. Still got our other office in Darlington where we've been for 35 years.
Why would someone particularly pick you to sell their property?
We've been trusted for generations, and we're very lucky in the fact that we get an awful lot of repeat and referral business. It's not one size fits all. We listen to what our clients really want. A lot of the sort of senior management team have been with us sort of over 20 years, which is absolutely incredible. So they've been in the business for longer than myself and my brother Henry have been in the business. We have learned everything that we know, either from our father or from our colleagues, and then obviously sort of further learning from other industry professionals. But the team are extremely experienced. They really, really embrace change as well.
I quite admire the way you've embraced video. I mean, obviously my background's TV, and I've helped you a little bit with staff, training them to shoot video, and obviously you upload them to our system and we edit them for Fine and Country. And the quality is fantastic that you're actually managing to create yourselves.
With 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms and only a short walk away from the...
Seb sort of started with us almost like an office admin assistant, and it very quickly became clear that he had a skill and a passion for photography and videography. At the time when he started, we were that sort of classic estate agent where the value would do the photographs as well. And we kind of realised that is a valuer the best person to photograph a house? No, they're not. They're there to value the property, to put forward the proposition, to market the property and get the best price, negotiate the deal, that sort of stuff. We invested in new equipment, we've invested in training with the helps of likes of yourself, full-time videographer and content creator.
So obviously your brand Carver Residential is highly thought of, but to get into that premium market, you've now embraced Fine and Country.
Henry and I would occasionally get invited out to some sort of prime stuff in our area, which for us is sort of $1 million plus. And there was a couple of occasions where, as an agent, you come out and you know if a pitch has gone well, and we'd come out and be like, absolutely nailed it, like couldn't have gone better, everything was great, rapport was fantastic, this is absolutely nailed on. And they decided to go with a national company because they wanted that sort of, I guess, that pomp, if you like, around a Savills or a Knight Frank national or international coverage. We then, via Property Academy, got put in touch with Fine and Country, went down, had a chat with them at their head office in Park Lane, and were really, really impressed with their offering. We were struggling to either get through the doors of the sort of the prime stuff in our region, or we were getting through and they were seeing Carver's as a brand selling a 200, 300 grand house, and theirs at 1.2. There was maybe a slight misalignment. We saw the opportunity of a prime agent, and it's a completely separate bit to Carver's. We've got Grace, who works for Fine and Country full time. Myself and Henry are going out and do the valuations, and we've got other members of the team joining soon to try and push that forward in 2026. Last year, we made a profit in our first year, which is almost unheard of in kind of new businesses. Yes, we had a little bit of a leg up because we're estate agents, but it was effectively a new business.
Carver Residential have been using Home on Film's app for 2.5 years now. What this means is basically that people have to sign up to watch the videos. And you've taken this forward for Fine and Country because of that success.
It's absolutely brilliant. You do get the occasional Donald Trump at the White House 999 as the phone number, and that's just the nosy neighbours wanting to have a quick look around, which is absolutely fine. The people who put their real data in are the people who are genuinely interested in viewing. From an agent's point of view, we can then give them a call, have a chat. Are you interested in having a look at it in person? Because I'm there tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, that sort of thing. They've watched the video, you can get some initial feedback. It's a video viewing, so we would be saying to our clients, listen, although we haven't had a viewing on your property yet, in the first 48 hours we've had 3 people that have viewed it online. We've spoken to them, and this is the feedback. And hopefully you can convert one of those 3 into a physical viewing. And without a doubt, we've had generated viewings from that data capture, which have led to sales. Anyone who's not using it and is just splurging videos for free, as an agent, how can you tell the client any feedback? How can you say if that's working or not? So from us, absolutely fantastic. Another deal that Grace is working on at the moment is somebody who viewed the video, one of the Fine and Country properties, probably about 6 months ago, wasn't in a position to do anything. She was able to call them, has nurtured them over the last 6 months, and is hoping to get an offer from them. If they'd viewed it online without that data capture, we would probably have never known because they weren't in a position to call us. They might have called us 3 months later when they were ready, but the fact that she was able to build that rapport from that data capture was sort of great service, but also a better result for our clients, we feel.
Thanks very much for coming on the show, James. It was a real honour and a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thanks, David.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, bang, bang.